So Sam got hurt for nothing? It'll be awesome. And make sure we get a great final knockout. That's what that guy's like.
That was bad. That was really bad.
I see Jason Cezary back yet?
He was really bad.
I mean, I can get you a fight for a year against the Texas.
Years.
Are you still somebody asking for a fight over in Japan for 2000 for 35 or 45?
35.
35 or 45?
And, I mean, you don't want to fight Mike Jackson, or you feel like Mike Jackson.
Well, I'm here.
He used to be the photographer, and they spent to get back to the shit. They
Hey, did you get your stuff? You didn't delete nothing?
No, I know. I
9. Go Birds, go Birds.
Do it. Despite the challenges, go Birds.
5 turnovers.
It happens.
¿Qué tal, Kevin? Bienvenido. Bueno, esta pelea llega en un momento clave de tu carrera, sobre todo de ganar. Estarías ya en el ranking, en el top 15 de las 145 libras. ¿Qué significado personal tiene esta pelea justamente para ti, subir al octágono el sábado, tanto como peleador y también en tu forma personal?
This fight comes at a crucial moment and a very good moment of your career. It's an exciting moment at 145. So what does that mean for you, not just on a professional level to be in that fight in the moment that it was, but also on a personal level?
Bueno, hola a todos, más que nada. La verdad que a nivel profesional es una puerta que se me va a abrir para próximo contendiente a título, que es obviamente el objetivo principal. Pero bueno, todo a su tiempo. Gracias a Dios se me dio la oportunidad de pelear con un top y más contra alguien como Giga, que es una real prueba para esta pelea. Siento que va a ser un antes y un después de mi carrera. En lo personal es una prueba que estuve dispuesto a aceptar, y le doy gracias a él también, ¿no? de aceptar una pelea conmigo. Yo no soy nadie en la compañía como para que él pueda pelear contra mí. Él es un rankeado, yo estaba en el top 30. Tenía más camino y hay muchos peleadores que todavía no tienen la oportunidad y tienen capaz que 5 o 6 peleas en la compañía y no les llegó. Así que me siento un bendecido en eso.
On a professional level, very happy to have that opportunity because I do feel that this will get me closer to being a title contender. Obviously, one thing at a time, that's further down the road, but it gets me closer to that objective of being able to look for that title in the future. And I do feel that, I mean, this is a real proof, a real test for me to try my skills out there. On the personal level, I'm very happy with the opportunity to fight a guy that's been, up there for quite some time, and also I'm a nobody in the company compared to him. I mean, this guy, he's ranked. I'm in the top 30. He's taking the opportunity to fight me with 5-6 fights in a career here, and he's giving me that. So this is again a true test, and it makes me really happy to have that fight on a personal level.
Justamente hablando del rival que tienes al frente, ¿qué aspecto de tu estilo crees que va a sorprender más del sábado?
Talking about the opponent that you have in front of you, what do you think of your style will surprise him more on Saturday?
Yo creo que va a ser una pelea de choque de estilos, ¿no? A un boxeador se le patea y a uno que patea se le boxea. Yo creo que va a ser una pelea quién tiene pulido mejor su estilo. Voy a salir a boxear y obviamente cortar la distancia y poder noquearlo. Es el objetivo principal.
I think there's going to be a clash of styles. With the guy that kicks, you go out there and you box him. With the guy that boxes, you go out there and you kick him. I do believe that the one that can impose his style of fighting will come out on top. My thing is just, shorten that distance, get in there, get in, and knock him out. And I think it's going to be very exciting on Saturday.
Y la última de mi parte, bueno, Argentina está viviendo un momento muy importante de las MMA. Cuando tú te subes al octágono, ¿qué es lo que más te impulsa o tal vez te presiona al representar esta bandera?
And talking about the moment that Argentina is living in MMA, what are some things that, they propel you and lift you up, and other things that perhaps pressure you in this moment that you represent as well for Argentina?
La verdad que sí, Argentina hoy en día está pisando fuerte, somos 6 argentinos activos y la verdad que estamos en nuestro mejor momento, y va a haber, el próximo año estoy seguro que van a llegar más. Obviamente el objetivo es llevar a UFC de nuevo a Argentina, y obviamente me impulsa el hecho de, realmente me llegan muchísimos mensajes de chicos capaz que de 13 o chicos nuevos, el cual dice, che, sos inspiración y quiero ser igual que vos, quiero llegar igual que vos, y realmente se puede tranquilamente. Yo no soy alguien que nació con un don para pelear. Yo entrené y me esforcé muchísimo con sangre y sudor para poder llegar a donde estoy. Todo el mundo puede hacerlo y eso es lo que me inspira, que soy igual que todos los demás y que me tomen como referencia. La verdad que es algo que nunca me lo hubiese imaginado.
What a great moment for Argentina. I mean, here at the UFC, we're 6. There will be more. I can feel it that we're going to have more fighters coming up. And also, I mean, if you think about it, just what propels me is to hear from people. They get inspired. They say like what I mean the great things that you've done in the stage that you're at. And I said, listen, I wasn't born fighting. I had to. There's a lot of sweat and blood put into this, and I was able to apply myself and put a lot of effort into this to be where I am right now. And I think that is the message to those who are coming up and want to be in the same position, that you can do this too. If I was able to do it, you can do this too if you put your effort for it. And the fact that people get inspired by this and say, I want to be in the same position that you are, I want to be who you are, it gives me a lot of joy.
You mentioned the experience that he has. Why do you think the odds makers are leaning so heavily in your favor, putting you as the favorite, as opposed to the underdog? And what do you think that they see in you that's the case?
Mencionaste la experiencia de él y que él ha estado en la posición muy buena en la compañía por mucho tiempo. ¿Por qué cree que, por ejemplo, la gente en las bolsas de apuestas pone a vos como favorito tan pesado? O sea, ¿por qué te ven como, aunque él tenga la experiencia, vos venís con básicamente las apuestas están todo para tu lado, te ven como favorito y de una manera muy fuerte?
Yo creo que más que nada también por el hecho de que muchas caras jóvenes están resonando muchísimo hoy en día. Van ya tiene 24 años y es campeón. O sea, están apostando obviamente en la sangre nueva. Siento que eso ayudó muchísimo a que vean a los posibles contendientes nuevos, prospectos, en que pueden llegar a algo mucho más grande. Yo creo que por eso, no es por el hecho de que él venga de 2 derrotas. Yo creo que eso es indiferente. Simplemente están apostando a sangre nueva.
I think that a lot of new faces have earned this. If you think about Joshua Van, who's about 24 years old and is a champion right now, I think that they're seeing more opportunities and they're seeing that some young faces are doing the damage and they're actually accomplishing things and they're starting to believe that they can get the job done. I do not think that this is an indictment on his two losses. I think it's more because they're seeing these young faces, they know what they're capable of, and these young contenders are being seen well by them.
Yeah, and if you can, just break Giga down a little bit. You know, it'd be a disservice to just say that he's a great kickboxer, but where else do you think that he's dangerous?
Y si puedes darnos como un resumen, o sea, cuando ves el estudio de Giga, o sea, la gente siempre le habla de un buen kickboxer, pero ¿cómo lo ves como peleador en términos estratégicos? O sea, ¿cómo lo ve en otras fuerzas que tiene él, además de lo que siempre le dice la gente?
Obviamente que todo lo que ve la gente es alguien que solamente hace kickboxing, pero no, creo que es un reto muy, muy fuerte el cual estoy ahora enfrentando, porque obviamente es un peleador con muchísima experiencia y dudo mucho que solamente tenga pateo. Sé que tiene boxeo, sé que tiene lucha seguramente, así que la verdad que contento de poder pelear contra alguien así. Siento que podemos ser hasta mejor y podemos demostrar que estamos al nivel de alguien como lo es él, que tiene 37 años, tiene años de experiencia obviamente y años en la compañía, llegó al top 10, así que es un reto hermoso para mí.
I think that, yes, it is a challenge. I think people see him as a kickboxer, but you're talking about, I do think is a significant challenge for me. As somebody that has been in the company for quite some time, he does bring some wrestling as well. He's 37 years old, so he's had his share of experience. So I do believe that someone has been in the company for quite some time that has had a career brings a very welcome challenge and a nice challenge for me.
And last one for me, what's up with Por Mi Bandera, the song and the video drop that I see on your Instagram channel? What's that all about and how did that come about?
En las redes sociales, o sea, Por Mi Bandera, o sea, nos gustaría saber un poco más de la historia de eso, cómo salió eso en las redes y de dónde viene eso.
La verdad que sí, son unos chicos de Buenos Aires, de La Plata, y la verdad que nada, se contactaron conmigo, ya me habían dicho una vez de hacer una canción. Y yo de confiar le dije, sí, no hay problema, pensando que iba a pasar. Y a los meses me agarró, me habló, che, tengo la canción. Dije yo, ¿cómo? A ver, la escuchamos. La escuchamos y le hicimos un par de detalles que capaz que me gustaban a mí, o el estilo, o cosas así. Y la verdad que salió algo muy, muy bueno, que se trata de representar cómo fue mi camino y el camino de muchos, porque como lo digo, yo no soy alguien especial, no tengo nada especial. Yo soy igual que cualquier otro chico que empezó el gimnasio. Y siento que la idea es que se sientan reflejados con eso y que puedan creer que se puede llegar desde cualquier forma, desde cualquier lugar. No hace falta que vivamos en Estados Unidos, que vivamos en Brasil, que vivamos en Rusia, como para llegar a donde estoy yo. Se puede llegar desde cualquier forma mientras se tenga sacrificio y sepas de lo que tengas que sacrificar, se llega de cualquier forma.
Actually, those are boys from outside of Buenos Aires, from La Plata. They came, they got in touch with me and said, hey, look, we're planning this song. We really wanted to do this song for you. Like, oh, really? Like, that's a pretty cool thing. And I thought, well, maybe that's not going to materialize. They're just saying they would like to do it. All of a sudden, they come in a couple months later and say, hey, we got the song ready. Like, what? The song is ready? Yeah, and then I listened to it. There were a couple of things that we made some adjustments on things that, like, listen, there are things that are like maybe we want to put in there. And then they came out with the final thing that basically I really liked it, the way that it reflects my path, the trajectory, where I'm from, what I've gone through, and the path to get to where I am here right now. I think it just reflects the people that you can do it. I was like, I'm no one special. I mean, if you put the effort, if you put some blood and sweat into this, and if you make some sacrifices, you can get here too. And I think that reflects in the song, and we're gonna go with it. We really liked it.
And for people that haven't heard, are you going to try to walk out with that tomorrow? I'm sorry, on Saturday?
Y para aquellos que no lo escucharon porque no estaban en las redes, ¿vas a salir con la canción este sábado?
No lo pensé todavía. Creo que con todo el corte ni me acordé de poner la canción. Así que estamos ahí, capaz que sí. ¿Por qué no?
Tienes hasta hoy para eso. Right now, I haven't thought about it because with all the weight cutting this week, we haven't thought about it. But I mean, maybe yes. We still have to make the choice on the song.
Kevin, buenos días. Gracias por tomar tiempo a hablar con la prensa. Hablaste un poquito sobre el caso con Jackie, que tienes uno del top 15. Estamos entrando aquí este nuevo capítulo de tu carrera. Pero, ¿cuál fue la reacción o sorpresa cuando te dieron este nombre? Y aparte, es parte de lo que dices, ok, estoy correctamente tomando estos pasos, estamos llegando a donde deberíamos estar, la cosa.
You spoke to Jackie about the fact that now there's an opportunity if you get into the top 15 facing, I mean, it is a great moment for your career on a professional and personal level, but what was the reaction when you got that name? It was like, oh, that's the name that I'm getting. That's the opportunity. This is huge for me. What was the reaction when you said, it's Giga Chikadze that you're going to fight?
Como lo he dicho cuando terminé mis peleas, no quería entrar tan rápido al top o pelear contra alguien del top, porque quería generar más experiencia, más peleas, porque no tengo ningún tipo de apuro. Me siento joven como para la carrera, pero ¿quién soy yo para ponerme en los planes de Dios? O sea, si esto pasa es todo por algo. Esto no es casualidad ni nada. Todo pasa por algo y siento que si es una prueba que tengo que enfrentar, es por algo. Así que lo tomé de la mejor forma posible, ¿no? Obviamente pelear contra alguien como él sí asusta, ¿no? Viene knockout, en su momento tenía una racha de 7 victorias consecutivas. No es cualquier persona, no es alguien que me lo pueda tomar a la ligera. Pero bueno, estamos listos, entrené para esto y es de lo que vivo, de lo que disfruto realmente, no es simplemente un trabajo, esto es mi vida, entregué años de sacrificio para estar acá, no voy a desaprovechar ninguna oportunidad.
I've said this before after my fight that I'm not in no rush to get into the top 5 and just try to fight for a title. You have to go by step, but then you have an opportunity like this, and he's like, okay, so what's going on? So this is great. I mean, an opportunity to, that there's going to be a challenge. You have to take on the challenge. It is, of course, listen, he comes in with experience. He comes with years in the organization again. He comes in with knockouts. He comes in with, at one point, he actually had 7 consecutive wins, right? So we know it's a challenge, but you have to take it. But when a challenge like this comes, it is a welcome challenge. You see the opportunity. It's like, there are no opportunities that I'm going to waste in here. I know what I've been through in the effort that I put to be where I am right now. So this is not just a job for me. This is my life. This is something I enjoy thoroughly doing it. So let's get ready for the fight and let's get ready for this welcome challenge.
Muy bien, man. Y finalmente para mí, ya que estamos tan cerca de los días festivos, ya que vienen Navidad, Nuevo Año, lo que sea, ¿puedes contarnos una memoria o una tradición que tengas, algo así para los fans que no saben ese lado de ti?
And with the holidays approaching, end of the year, for fans that don't know you and that have not heard what is life like for you, any traditions or any habits that you have in the holidays that people should know is like, hey, this is what I do on my holidays?
No, no sé nada, nada. Argentina no se festeja a veces, capaz que como acá o en otros lados. Se perdió un poco toda esa cultura de juntarse entre familias y demás. Pero bueno, tratamos de los que somos estar todos juntos, o sea, yo las paso con mi familia, con mi madre y mi padre, y nada, comiendo un asado, festejando. Obviamente estoy acá, le voy a llevar regalos a mis sobrinos, que eso es algo hermoso que puedo hoy en día, me da la economía gracias a estar peleando, a mi trabajo, y eso es una cosa linda que me llevo de acá. Pero nada en especial, simplemente termino la pelea y es a comer. Todo lo que da fiesta aprovecho a comer más, el doble. Me toca el cumpleaños, Navidad y Año Nuevo, así que llego más o menos a 80 y pico, voy a llegar.
So, I mean, first, that tradition sort of like with the holidays and just being with the families that have been a little bit lost in Argentina, like we spend time with the family. It's not more like a holiday thing. I just tried to spend it with my parents. I tried to spend it with my mom and my dad. So listen, have a traditional Argentinian barbecue. Maybe you have the opportunity here. This is an opportunity that I've had in my life to actually be here. So maybe enjoy here a little more. And that's obviously, I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity that I have to be around here to see that. But to me, it's more like, listen, I have the birthday, I have Christmas, and I have New Year. So we go up on weight. We basically become middleweights at this point with some of the eating there.
Gracias, men, y buena suerte el sábado.
Muchísimas gracias. Gracias.
Cezary, how are you feeling? How was fight camp and preparation for this bout?
I feel very good. In Saturday will my debut, and I'm ready for war.
Were you doing training are you fighting nerds? Have you been training with the fighting nerds, or where else have you been training for this fight camp?
Yeah, I all camp training fighting nerds. I think this the best club for me because in fighting nerds we train a lot of striking, and I'm ready.
Were you getting any to do some work with your brother as well? Was he part of this training camp?
Czy częścią tych przygotowań także był twój brat Michał i czy był także z tobą na przygotowaniach?
No, this preparation I was alone in Brazil, but my brother coming to Vegas and stay in my corner.
That's good. That's good. One thing I noticed, you don't have a fight nickname, and if not, why not?
Nie masz żadnej fighterskiej ksywy. Dlaczego?
Maybe after my fight, fans give me a nickname.
So you're waiting for the fans to give it, as opposed to like training members or something. But if you have a great performance, you're hoping that they give you a nickname, huh?
Czyli jesteś otwarty na to, żeby to fani wymyśleli dla ciebie jakiś pseudonim.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, all right. Fans send him nicknames. How has life changed since the Contender Series for you?
A jak zmieniło się twoje życie od czasów Contendera?
My life is dissimilar after fight because I train very hard every day, and now I'm train the same, and I think my life changed after this debut.
And let's talk about this fight in Cesar. Where's he dangerous, and what sort of stuff are you expecting from him on Saturday?
Czego spodziewasz się po Cezarze w sobotę, gdzie jest niebezpieczny i co w ogóle myślisz o tym zestawieniu?
My opponent has good striking, very good. I think legendary striking, and I need keep good distance, and this is good fight for me because Almeida is high in the top, and if I win this fight, I up in ranking.
I was going to say, he's got more UFC experience, but the odds makers have you as the favorite. Why do you think that is?
On ma więcej doświadczenia w UFC, ale dla bookmacherów ty jesteś faworytem. Dlaczego uważasz, że w tobie upatrują faworyta?
Maybe I know I have 100 fight in amateur fight, and I a lot experience in MMA, and maybe bookmacher know this idea.
And last for me, your keys to the victory. What needs to happen on Saturday to make sure that you get your arm raised in victory?
Jakie są klucze do twojego zwycięstwa? Co musi się wydarzyć, żeby w sobotę to twoja ręka powędrowała do góry?
I need go to second, maybe third round. Almeida like fight in second and third round, and I think good idea for win.
Thank you, bud, for taking the time to talk to media. Kenny mentioned that with being a Contender Series guy, is there a little bit of familiarity? Does it feel like home fighting here in Vegas? You know, you've been here, done this. Did it give you like a good sense of positive that going into your fight on Saturday?
Walczyłeś już tutaj na Contenderze, jesteś znowu w Las Vegas, znowu tutaj w Apex. Czy tutaj czujesz się jak w domu i czy uważasz, że daje ci to taką pewną przewagę przed debiutem, to, że jesteś już otrzaskany w Contenderze?
Yes, I like this place because I a lot of time in here because my brother a lot of was in here, and I think this is for me the best place for debut.
That's awesome. Love that. And last for me, with the holidays coming up, just been asking the fighters, do you have any traditions that you can share with us or any good memories of a special time with family or friends that you do around this time?
Zbliża się czas świąt. Jakbyś mógł powiedzieć, jakie tradycje świąteczne, jakie wspomnienia świąteczne najbardziej lubisz i coś opowiedzieć o świętach?
Nie mogę się doczekać, aż wrócę do Polski i spędzę ten czas z rodziną. Mamy wiele pięknych tradycji w Polsce i długi czas mnie nie było. Długi czas nie widziałem moich bliskich, mojej rodziny. Nie mogę się doczekać, aż wygram pojedynek i wrócę zwycięski do Polski.
I can't wait to be back home, to have some family time, because we have like wonderful traditions back in Poland for Christmas, and I love this time of the year. And I did spend a lot of time outside of the home preparing for this fight. So the plan is to win and get back home, to be with my relatives, with my family, and my friends.
Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. And good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Siema. Wcześniej mówiłeś, że nigdy nie będziesz walczyć ze swoim bratem, ale skoro macie podobną wagę, na pewno często sparingujecie. I kto z was jest lepszy w tych sparingach i kto częściej wygrywa?
Tak, właśnie tak jak wspomniałeś, bardzo często sparujemy razem z bratem. Wiesz co, ciężko powiedzieć, bo Michał ma swoje bardzo dobre strony i ja mam lepsze strony. Mi się wydaje, że ja jestem bardziej wielopłaszczyznowym zawodnikiem niż Michał, a Michał ma mocniejsze uderzenie, ma mocniejszy pressing, a kto jest lepszy, to niech to fani ocenią.
Dziękuję. Dobrej walki.
All good, guys? Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for helping.
but
Manel,
Yeah,
how you feeling?
feeling good, brother.
How frustrating has this year been for you, right? Like, you knock out somebody in March, you get set up for a big fight, obviously you get injured, you see the flyweight division kind of move in, but you're on the sidelines and it feels like people know that you're a contender, but like you're in the back of people's minds, you know?
Yes.
So how frustrating has this year been?
I'm not saying that frustrated is the right word because for me, saying frustrated is a feeling of jealousies. And I don't have any jealous to anyone. I think my life is great. My career is great. I've been achieved a lot of things. I just believe that things happens for a reason, you know. I could be the man fight last Saturday if I don't have the injury in July. But things just going to the way it have to be, you know. I know my time is coming. I keep on saying this year I'm gonna be the champion. But I've been making plans, you know. But the things nothing works the way we do, you know. I leave this in God's hands, and I believe I'm pretty close. And of course, I'm happy for the guys. He's making the divisions more exciting, and it's great right now. His flyweight divisions right now is on fire, and it's good for all of us in the big picture.
Are you ready for this matchup to be over and done with? This is the third time you've been matched up with him. You've trained for him 2 other times. Like, are you ready for it to be over?
I'm ready for this fight because I've been studying Brandon Royval a lot, and for me it's like I'm fighting someone familiar, you know, because in the trainings everyone wants to look like Brandon Royval. We are like imitate him, and for me it's usual, you know. I'm gonna be very comfortable Saturday night fighting Brandon Royval, and it's great for the narrative and the story of the fight because we have one fight he pulled out, and then I had the injury, so it's beautiful, you know. It's beautiful. If we go to the fourth time, it's gonna be too much. But one-on-one now, I'm gonna go to the third one. Is beautiful for the narrative.
It's a very fun fight on paper and just in everybody's mind. Do you feel like this is going to be kind of like a striker's delight, or is it, you know, obviously it's a mixed martial arts fight, so is everything going to be on the table?
Yeah, this is MMA. You know, I'm very comfortable in whatever the fight's going. I'll be very comfortable. Of course, I wanna put on show. I will put on show. I will give to the fans a great fight, you know. And I expect to make a big statement and deliver a masterpiece again.
Do you feel if you go out there and stop Brandon Royval, you're the #1 contender and you jump everybody?
Of course, let's look in that way. Brandon Royval beat Moreno, you know. Brandon Royval beat Tatsuro Taira, but he beat him. He didn't just win, he beat him. So me, Saturday night, make Brandon Royval look easy, you know, style him, stop him. What they can deny? They cannot deny because he beat the contenders fighters, and I just beat the guy that beat you guys. So there is no more question, there is no more talk, and I'm just going to prove that I'm the man. I'm the fighter with the better style to be a champion, and I'm the fighter that this division need.
What were your thoughts on last weekend's title fight? There was been a lot of criticism about how Josh fans celebrated the win after injury.
I believe, look, I believe we didn't find who was the better man in that night. We didn't find who was the better man, but Joshua Van is young. He's young. People have to look. He's still young. Of course, he achieved something that is very difficult to achieve on his age. especially on flyweight division. When you get the maturity on 30 years old, he become a world champion on, I don't know, he's 24 or 25, but he become a champion. Of course, these feelings come in to his head. Let's not be hard on him. He's still young. Of course, he do things that even don't know, maybe he's gonna regret, but he's young. He's just become a world champion. It's good to him, and of course, he's gonna learn the mixed martial art, because I born in some time in 1993, and I'm in sports for a long time. Since my 3 years old boxing and jiu-jitsu, my 13, we develop the respect for the opponent. Of course, we fighting him. This is a business. That's where we earn to make money to feed our families. But the respect is always there. You know, we talk, we have this agreement, but we need to be humble and just born in some area that is different than our era. You know, I grew up with jiu-jitsu. We valor our opponents, and we wish not injuries to anyone. You know, unfortunately, this happened. We are here to fight. It's not an easy thing, and good luck to him. You know.
So you feel that the best man did not win on Saturday. Do you feel like he's the rightful champion, or do you feel like he's got the belt, he's a champion?
Doesn't matter how you win, you know. Doesn't matter how you win, how you lose. He gets the result. In the end of the day, when this book is gonna talk, or the right, or the Wikipedia is gonna be there. Joshua Van was the champion. You know, even if the people didn't watch the fight, it's gonna be there. You cannot deny he was with the belt. So, yes, he's the champion. As I say, we didn't find the better man in that night, because was not a fight. But Joshua Van is the champion.
Do you feel like Pantoja deserves an immediate rematch?
Of course. These men have a great result. These men achieve a lot of things, you know. For title defense, you know, I think 8-win streak. Of course, he deserves. In my opinion, if it was in my case, if I was on his skin, of course I would fight for this, and he deserves. You know, he was a brilliant champion. But right now, the division have to move. You know.
How do you get your hand raised on Saturday? How do you get your hand raised on Saturday? How do you win?
I'm gonna win. Of course. As I say, I want to put a masterpiece. I'm gonna show how cold I am inside the octagon. I'll show ferocious, and I will put a masterpiece over there.
And then finally, for me, what did you think of Horiguchi's return to the UFC?
For me, it's good. You know. For me, it's good. Horiguchi is here. He brings more excitement to the division. He's a great fighter, and it's gonna be beautiful because we can make this in Japan. When I get to the title, when I win to the title, we can make our rematch in Japan. I'm gonna be more mature. You know, I'm gonna be with all resources what I don't had in 2017, you know, was young kid coming from Africa, just with one partner trainer, and fight a guy that was already with a big resource. So me win the Saturday night, and then we bring UFC in Japan. I'm the biggest star in Japan, just for you guys let you know. If we go there, you guys gonna see the big noise. Even the fighters from Japan, they don't have my notorious name there, so it will be beautiful. As I say, my part as a fighter in UFC is being crazy, but it's been beautiful. The right is not, sometimes it's not going right, but it's going to get to the belt.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Like you mentioned, Josh is young. We didn't really get to see him challenge that night. We didn't get to really see his full skill sets. But when you look at him as the champ, do you think he has the skill set to be able to hold on to that belt? Or do you think that he possibly loses it the first time he defends it? Do you see weaknesses in his game?
Of course, I see a lot of weakness on him. And by the way, when he fight Brandon Royval, in my opinion, he lost the fight. He lost the fight, but the knockdown stole the show. The knockdown, the last knockdown stole the show. He had a lot to improve, in a lot of areas, and I see a lot of things that I can beat him. It's not a difficult puzzle, as I can say.
And it almost seemed like everybody thought that they were going to bring Tyra in for a face-off. If Tyra got the next shot, should Pantoja be injured for long, would that upset you if they went with Tyra?
Let's put it this again. Brandon Royval just beat Tatsuro Tyra. He beat badly, He not just win, he beat. I'm going to make Brandon Royval look easy. Who you think that deserved the Tyra shot? I even don't need to pass to Cesar to show that I'm better than him. I'm going to make the guy that beat you look easy. So there will be no denies.
And it certainly seems the UFC's putting their weight behind you. This is your second fight in a row that you're headlining. You got to think that the UFC is doing that for a particular reason.
Yes, it's not hard to see. It's not hard to see. And I'm not lying to myself. I see the abilities. I know what I can bring, and the UFC know what I can bring to the fans. It's my time. It's my time. I'm gonna take advantage of this time. To put on show. I'm not gonna disappoint anyone, even to myself.
And it certainly seems like you mentioned fighting over Japan. It certainly seems like the UFC is open to that. If they did go over there in 2026, I see that you did have your time with Risen. Why do they like you so much over there, you think? Is it your fight style? Is it the personality? What do they love about you the most?
No, it's not a personality. It's just, of course, personality, but it's just the authentic. I'm very authentic, guys. I'm just myself. I enjoy. I love this sport, and I'm not shy to say this. And I know my abilities. One more time, I'm not lying to myself. It's not to be a cocky arrogant. It's just myself. I burn to be a star. I burn to be good in this thing, And I know I do well because I work hard and I try to improve every aspect in my mixed martial arts, And I know we have a lot of Japanese fighters in my division, but if you go there to Japan, you're gonna see I'm bigger there. I'm bigger than them in all aspects. I just sold out the arena in Saitama Super Arena with the most famous fighter there, Kaya Sakura, and everyone was screaming my name. So that's the way you see how big I am there. So if UFC want to invest in Japan, I believe Tatsuro Tyra is not the man because nobody know him there.
What if they offered you Tyra in Japan?
Tyra in Japan, it would be great. I'll fight whatever I want. I'm here. I have the mindset of the champion, Whatever they put, I'm gonna fight. Like I fight in Australia, I just fight. I could not fight the guy, the Philippe. He's coming from nowhere. No, even not in the rankings, and I accept it as a wizard because I know myself. I know my abilities. I know what I can do, and no one in flyweight division in the world can stop me right now.
Thank you, Matt, for taking the time. Real quick, have to acknowledge the outfit. Probably the most stylish guy that's come into the media room today. Awesome stuff, the Louis V. You mentioned it a little bit with Alex, how this has been booked over and over and over. But is the timing just right now that after this flyweight fight we just had and a new king being crowned, that all eyes will be on the division, and this kind of helps you just bring even more eyes to you this Saturday being the main event? Just off of this big fight we just had in Vegas.
Yes. Especially this is the last event. This is the last event. It's last in ESPN as well. It's bring out all the attention, all the fans. They will be watching us, and we just had a great event, December 6th. With the flyweight division they brilliant, but I don't believe that is gonna be better what I'm gonna do Saturday night. I believe that Saturday night I'm gonna surprise everything what you guys see last Saturday, and everybody's gonna forget what happened there, and they're gonna put the eyes on Saturday night.
Awesome, man. Being that it is booked a few times and we're seeing your opponent and we're finally going to get here just a couple nights away, was there anything different that you did in this fight camp for your opponent, or was everything just properly calibrated and such?
Yes, I did a lot of things different. I didn't train as much I normally training. I took the time to take care more of my body. To rest more. That was the thing was needing. Listen to more to my body. Take care of the injuries. But of course, I was training hard, but I can say more smart. You know, I was taking care of myself. I just want to get there. I know I was ready a long time ago. The thing it is just not get injured in the training and just get there. This was the main goal.
Absolutely, training smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And last, before we go, because we have the holidays coming up, just curious, just a fun question. Do you have any traditions that you'd like to share with us and the fans, or any memories, anything around this time of year that you do at home?
No, for me, everything's normal, you know. I love to eat. I eat a lot. I cook a lot. Just it's a great time, you know. In December, we definitely, after this fight, I'm gonna eat a lot, you know.
Awesome, man. Thank you, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it going?
Well, but morning,
Good morning.
afternoon now.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's up, Raw Dog?
How you doing, bro?
How you feeling?
I feel good. Just kind of chilly in here, huh? I mean, I'm scrawny. I forgot that I'm like skinny right now. So
How does it feel to be back in back fighting and just days away from another main event?
yeah, I'm excited, man. It's been a cool little week. I think watching the flyweight division shape a little bit was awesome too, and kind of just gives me, maximum confidence going into this fight, anyways. And yeah, it's been cool, man. I'm excited to just fight and do the damn thing, huh?
Are you ready for this chapter with Manel Kape to be over with? You guys have been scheduled 3 times, and
Yeah.
you pulled out. Now it's ready.
Yeah, it seems like it's about to go down, huh? So, yeah, I always think that, too. I always think that no matter what happens, I'm like, this shit ain't going to happen. And then next, it's like I'm walking out, and I'm like, damn, I think this fight's going to happen. So I always just try to get used to that and get out of my head that something's not going to happen or anything anyway. So, yeah, it's like it's always weird for me when you fight. It's like I go through, like, stages of grief of just not accepting that anything's going to ever happen. And then I'm driving to an arena, and I'm like, shit, I think I'm about to get in a fight right now.
This fight's a very fun fight on paper, fun stylistically. Both of you guys are action fighters. Do you feel like this fight's going to be on the feet for the most time, or do you think it's going to be a full mixed martial arts fight?
Yeah, man, I feel like it's probably be a little bit everywhere, but yeah, I'm sure we're going to bang it out. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting fight. I don't have as many fight of the nights for no reason, and I guess it's time to try to collect another one,
He was in here earlier and said he's going to put on a master class and blow you out of the water, and then him be the number one contender. Obviously, you feel like you're going to win the fight. So, kind of like, how do you see this fight kind of going down?
I mean, I just want to walk him down, man. I just want to get in his face and put a leash on him and dog walk his ass all around that cage.
What are your thoughts on what happened last weekend? And obviously, Josh wins the title due to injury. He celebrated. He's getting criticized for celebrating the way he did. What were your thoughts on the whole situation?
I mean, I've been in those 2 different times in my career, like a situation where someone got hurt, and it's like you don't ever know what really happens. It's like I think Joshua Van just realized he's a champion, and that's a crazy situation. And I don't think it took me 2 times to watch what actually happened to see what happened to Pantoja. But I don't know. It's just one of those, like, how would he even know what happened exactly? He just knew he won, So it's like I don't criticize that at all. It's just, a kid that just changed his life potentially, So I think that's such a huge moment for him, but obviously not the way anybody wanted that to happen.
How was your mindset coming off that fight with Josh Van? It was such a close fight. He wins in basically the last minute of the fight. Then he gets the title shot. Now he's the champion. Like, what was the mindset watching that fight, and what was the mindset after that loss? Because it was basically a number one contender fight.
Yeah, I just kind of thought I was a fucking idiot, if I'm being honest. Is like, I went back, and when we watched the fight back, I'm just like, and to be fair, I really just told everybody what I was going to do, and I went out there and did it. I went there and tried to box a boxer. I wanted to fight in the pocket. I really wanted to just give fans a fight of the night. The moment that that fight got signed and me and Manel were off, I got a text message from Hunter Campbell, and he was saying that, I'm super happy for you guys. Like, he's like, I'm happy you took this fight. It's going to be a good fight. And he's like, I'm going to boost this up to the whatever. What's the third card? What do they call the third? A featured fight. Yeah, I'm gonna boost up to featured fight. And I said, cool. I'm gonna give you a fight of the night. I'm gonna give you a fight to remember. And that was like literally what I said. And in all the interviews leading up to it, I said, I'm gonna give you guys fight of the night. I'm gonna fight this kid exactly how he wants me to fight him. And and my corner strongly advised against that. But maybe if the last 10 seconds doesn't happen, it's I win fighting his style. And I don't know. But that being said, now I just get to go out there and make up for it, fight Manel Kape, and show what I can do.
Rewatching the fight, I think you might have thrown your infamous step-in knee maybe like once or twice. Yeah. Was that ever part of the game plan? Because it feels like he was leaning in a couple times.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird too. I feel like I hit him before I got dropped. I hit him with a cross and then a step-in knee, and I just did didn't connect good enough, I guess. But yeah. So I mean, that's always there, you know. And I'm pretty tall for the division. I don't have the longest reach in the division, but that being said, is anybody smaller than me there heads close to my knees, you know.
The division's kind of weird right now, right? Like, do you feel like Pantoja deserves a automatic rematch?
Yeah. I think that was a weird situation, and I don't know how long that recovery is going to be, or what happens with that. But yeah, for sure, there's a lot to be said in that. It was a 10-second fight, 15-second fight, and it's like, yeah, he deserves that.
So depending on how long he's out, do you feel like if you go out there and stop Manel Kape, you leapfrog Tyra, who you already beat, and kind of maybe run it back with Josh Fan, because that's like the front runner for the fight of the year?
Yeah. My goal is to go out there and just make a statement on him, and then maybe we can run into H-Town, bro. I love Houston, so yeah, that'd be tight.
What do you think of Tyra's win over Moreno? Do you think it was an early stoppage?
Yeah, it was an early stoppage, but I don't think Moreno was going to go anywhere. I've been in that back control. We get to train with Tyra a lot. That kid's strong. There's a kid strong there. It didn't look like he was really going anywhere, and I could be wrong, but that being said, is like I've been in Moreno's position, and that shit sucks. So, yeah, I thought it was a great fight for Tyra.
So do you consider this fight with Manel Kape like a number one contender fight, or is it just kind of like just a contender fight in general?
Yeah. Man, I don't like Manel Kape or whatever his name is, but but I think he's fucking good. Like, I think he's good. I think that we're the best in the division, and I think this is a high-level fight, and I think this is, you know, I think skill-wise it's the better of the flyweight fights on these cards. So, yeah, but that's as much of a compliment, that fool.
And you're an underdog for like the 750th time. What's up?
Yeah, fuck it, you know. It is what it is. I knew I was going to be an underdog in this fight, so I think I'm like, what is it? Is it like a significant underdog or what?
250.
250? Yeah, I don't bet. Hey, let's make that clear. I don't bet. No, I just played. But I don't bet, so I don't really know what the fuck that means. But fuck you guys.
And finally, for me, man, what do you think of Horiguchi's return to the promotion?
I think they should have kept him in Bellator and keep him away from us. No, I'm just kidding. That motherfucker is so good. I'm a huge Horiguchi fan, so yeah, he looked. I mean, that's what I expected. He was an underdog in his fight too, huh?
Yes.
Damn. As a man that doesn't bet, that was fucking free money for sure. That guy's so good, and yeah, you hear stories about how good Horiguchi is. I have a couple friends at ATT, and they just talk him up. So I'm sure he'll be at the fighting for a belt or in the contender or something like that pretty soon here too. So we'll see.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Is there real beef with you and Kape, or is it you're just tired of seeing his name across the bout sheet?
Oh, I mean, I don't. The drama means nothing to me. I don't give a shit about any of these people, really. You know. But I don't know. I don't really like him. I'll be honest. Like, I wouldn't say it's real beef.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about. I mean, you mentioned that he's a good fighter. Where's he dangerous? What sort of stuff are you expecting from him? You expect him to just sort of try to come out and just blast the pace early, or what are you thinking?
I hope he does that. I think he's really fast and explosive. I think that's his main skill set. He's fast, explosive. He has a really good speed advantage over most of these fighters. And yeah, he's really athletic when it comes down to all that stuff. So that's like his main advantage over, I think, most of the world.
And you're talking a little bit about Joshua Van now at the top of the division. You know, a lot of people were, you know, leading up in that week, we're talking about here's a kid that was born in the 2000s that's now holding the reins. Are we starting to see a changeover of the young fighters now kind of taking over the sport, you think?
Yeah, man. It's like I feel like watching some of these like up-and-coming kids, I'm like, damn, that's fucking, they're good, you know? Watching Tyra, watching Joshua Van, watching... who's the kid that just won the contender? Or he didn't win the contender series, but there's an up and coming kid on the contender series, and he's good as shit too, man. It's like I enjoy watching all these like fighters come up through the rise. You know, we get to train with some of these young fighters, and then you're seeing what they're doing at that age. I'm like, damn, you guys are so good for just like what your age is and how long you guys been doing it and stuff. So it's really cool. It's really cool to watch that.
Speaking of that, I know a lot of us on the outside love the contender series and watch these guys come out of nowhere. You know that people don't seem to have known, and they're putting on wonderful performances. Do you follow the Contender Series, and what do you think about the current crop of fighters that kind of work their ways through the Contender Series?
Not really, to be honest. I don't really follow the Contender Series, but that being said, I think like Joseph Morales won the last one, right? He's good. Like it's a really good fighter right there, and God, I keep forgetting the homeboy's name, but
There's a lot to keep track.
the Mexican kid, the kid from Mexico, that he's good as shit too, and it's just.
Manel Torres?
Yeah, Manel.
Oh.
Yeah, Manel's good as shit, and it's like I enjoyed watching his fights in Fury and stuff. I watched Joshua Van win the belt for Fury. Like I was at that show, and I was like, damn, this kid's good, you know. And even the kid he fought was good. I was like, yeah. So it's just, you know, before anything, I was a fan first. So it's like I like martial arts, and I root for martial arts. I root for like just good martial arts, no matter what.
Yeah. And then looking on Saturday, what are your keys to the victory? What needs to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised in victory on Saturday?
I think I just need to beat his ass, right? Like, I need to beat his ass, try to find a finish, play a little smart, maybe fight a little dumb too. I don't really know. But, you know, we'll figure it out on the go. But, yeah, just try to whoop that ass, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess how special does it feel that the UFC chose you guys to headline the last event of the year? You guys are going to leave the last impression of MMA, or at least for the UFC. That's got to feel pretty good that the UFC is leaning on you again.
Yeah, straight up. It's always an honor. It's an honor to end the ESPN, like their little promotion with the ESPN. It's really cool. It's not something I really thought about until recently. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll be the last person to walk out on ESPN, and that's fucking cool. Like, it's a little piece of history. I feel like I've been in like a little bit of like record-breaking fights or whatever this year or whatever. It's like a cool little thing to kind of take home with me too, or just, you know, tell Luis's mother about, huh?
And you've had 5 Fight of the Night bonuses, right? Does that sound about
right? I don't know, but I know I'm probably in the lead for the flyweight division as far as bonuses go.
Yeah. And then 2026, what sort of goals are you going to set for yourself next year?
I'm going to take Luis's mother for a nice steak dinner. How'd you get it? Sorry, they're talking shit about my mom on the way in.
Yeah, you got to throw it back.
Who's a saint? Yeah. You know, take Luis and Will's mother on a nice little date together, you know, spoil them.
Yeah.
My goal for 2026 is, you know, get back into title contention, whoop some ass, show the world what I'm really am, and make some money and get a fucking belt, you know. I want to bring a belt back to Denver. I've been saying it over and over again, but it's like I really just think I'm more skilled than everybody in this division, and Saturday will be a sick time to show it, you know.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
One real quick for me, talk about your goals, and we just talked about all these new guys in the division, and you said your goal is to get back to the title in 2026, but now it seems like there might be some more roadblocks. You mentioned Horiguchi, Tyro was cage side. So how do you envision you getting back to the title? Like how fast do you think you can get back there?
I don't know if Horiguchi gets to skip the line, especially with Pantoja being out. I know Pantoja's planning on calling him out, but you know, Horiguchi's amazing, so I wouldn't blame them. But that being said, is skip line. I just put on Fight of the Year with the current champ. I don't think anybody in this world doesn't want to see a 5-round fight and see what we can do. We broke records in 3 rounds. Let's see what a 5-round fight looks like, you know. And that being said, is the next person that I have a win over too. So it's I don't know. I think I can sit real pretty if I do some cool shit on Saturday.
Hey, but thanks for taking the time. Just touching on that, we didn't get to talk to you after the Van fight because obviously we get just the winner. But on behalf of a lot of people, thank you for that fight. That was amazing. It's good to see you here. We finally got you and your opponent, and this fight's finally going down. But after so many times of whoever pulls out, do you just kind of, does you and your team just say, you know what, man, let's move on from the Cap fight? Or did it still linger there like, no, me and him are going to cross paths eventually. Let me stay focused and lock in on this dude because we will run it.
No, I always knew I was going to fight Manel Kape. I feel like, you know, we're already kind of close to each other in the rankings over and over again. I'm just surprised that it took a while for it to cross paths. But yeah, as soon as I seen Mick and we were kind of talking a little bit, he was just like, what do you think about fighting Kape? And I was like, cool, let's just find a date. Let's find a date that works perfectly for all of us, and we'll call it. So I was happy that they made us the main event. I think this is a main event type of fight. And yeah, I'm just super appreciative that I get the opportunity to go be a main event again.
And it doesn't hurt, right, that it's coming right after that title change and there's a new king. So while people are buzzing about the 125 weight class, they're like, hey, maybe one of these guys will be in there 2026. With that being said, did you do anything different for this fight? I know it's not the first time you prepare, but did you tweak something that you're like, man, I didn't catch that last time. I'm glad we're doing this now because I'm locked in and this has been calibrated just right.
Yeah. There's a handful of things that I could kind of clean up and then go back to. I feel like we actually dialed in a pretty sick game plan from Manel Kape, no matter what. But it's cool that gave me more time to get better in specific aspects and all the above. So yeah, for sure. The 3 times of getting ready from this being the third one is I think there's major growth this time around compared to all the rest of them.
That's awesome, man. And last for me, did you get some new ink done in between time, or?
No, I'm still rocking the same ink. I don't got any time to get tattoos. It's takes like a couple weeks to recover from it, and it's like I got to train and all this stuff. And then if you want any good artists, they're like booked for years. So I never know what my tomorrow looks like necessarily. So it's hard to get me on the books.
I mean, and last for me, we got the holidays coming up, and everybody has their own traditions and things that they do. Can you share with us anything you do for the holidays, or any family things, or a memory of a gift you once got as a kid? Anything cool like that?
Yeah. So this is it's a cool opportunity to fight, and we're gonna do it no matter what. But me and my family are in a blessed position right now, and I'm from Denver, and we're the Denver natives and all that stuff. So we're gonna go sponsor a few families for the holidays and just do some Christmas stuff. So I'm in a real cool position in these last few years to be able to do that. Work with some of these youth coming up, and not coming up in MMA, but just coming up, growing through our society or through Denver. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is like the second year we've been able to kind of just do that, sponsor a couple families, and I'm gonna go put an ass whooping on Manel Kape, get a bonus, and then the more families we can sponsor and all that stuff too. So yeah, I feel like that's the newest tradition that we've been doing, and it's my favorite one so far.
That's awesome, man. Respect. Thank you for giving back, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, bro.
What's the team's name?
We're the good guys. Thank you.
Oh, you're ready.
Welcome back. The latest episode of the Giga Show. How have you been, man? How's Vegas treating you?
Everything's been well. 2025, so the end of the ESPN era in UFC. So it's pretty cool to be here.
That is kind of awesome, and thank you for pointing that out, that this is the last event of the year, ESPN Plus, and you just happened to be the co-main event. So they wanted to make sure that co-main event was fire, that they brought it, two solid strikers. On paper, there's no way this isn't one of the best fights of the night, right?
I guess that's not a surprise to me because, I started with the ESPN, and I guess I'm going to finish their era well. So I think they wanted me to be here on that spot, and here we are. Giga Show is coming back again.
Yes. Speaking of the Giga Show, what was the reaction when you saw Kevin's name come across? Because you knew you have a guy who's going to stand there with you. He's willing to trade, more than happy to trade. And he'll match that energy, but also you're putting your ranking on the line. A lot of respect for that, because some guys and girls won't do that, and you're right there showing everybody how it's done.
I don't look much of on the ranking spots right now, because I know my spot. I know I'm a championship level fighter, and I have to do some stuff to become a champion. So I asked for Gene Silva, and obviously I look up his fights, and I saw the Kevin Vallejos fight as well with Gene Silva. So I was a little bit familiar, plus he fought one of my teammates, Danny Silva, and after that I was familiar with the kid. So I don't see that as he's an upcoming fighter. I don't think he's ready for the level that where I'm at, but I guess Saturday we're gonna see it, and I'm gonna send him back to kindergarten to come back later and better, So he's young, he has a lot of career in the future, but right now all my experience puts me on this position, and we got a plan for next year to do the big things. So first thing first, take care of the business Saturday, and then we're back on. And you mentioned that he's more than ready and happy to trade. We'll see on that. That's what everybody's saying.
It's one thing to say it, right, but the other is to actually do it. Having
you guys
that,
saw my last fight, right?
Yes, of course.
So, guy was calling out many things. He would do this and that. After the first round, we saw what all he wanted. So that's not gonna be a surprise. And if he picks up the more grappling game, but I'm not putting any chance, and I'm finishing the fight in the first round.
Awesome, yes, sir. With that experience of having a former foe, you guys have tape on him. You know what to expect. He's coming up. You're already where he wants to be. How do you stay focused on this? How do you calibrate things correctly to take your experience, being in the big fights, being the main event here, and just be able to take that all together to put together something explosive, something phenomenal on Saturday?
I guess I'm a sniper fighter. I would call it more like that. Who calibrates his strikes really well, and we looked up his many video records, and I know what I have to do for this fight. So I've been dealing with similar type of fighters all my life, and I've closed the chapter multiple times. So I just have to. I just read my older book again, and here I am, and I'm ready for Saturday.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, what tricks are you bringing, or anything new, or did you do same things? Did you do the PI? Did you train here in Vegas with some gyms? Did you get a little altitude work with Mount Charleston? What did you do here?
No. I live in Huntington Beach, and I train in Orange County. So main concentration was to cut weight, because usually I carry a lot of weight, especially after my last fight. I had multiple procedures from my last, the long time injuries, so I take care of my body. I've been training with Cub Swanson, Tenny Silva, and all his boys, and I want to appreciate everyone who helped me. Also, my boy Benil Dariush, the Christian Rodriguez, Vinicius Sensi, everyone, the Chase Your Dreams conditioning program. Big respect also to Coach Yogi at Santos Studio, Classic MMA, everyone who supported me in this camp. And Orange County has been treating me very well. So I got also the really big news coming up. In 2026, I'm opening the karate, kickboxing, MMA dojo in Orange County, in Newport Beach, in Costa Mesa. And all my experience from growing up with hardcore karate, transitioning to Dutch styles, kickboxing, and living in Holland, in Thailand, and moving here and transition this to MMA, I feel like for strikers, that's going to be a gym that we can upgrade and specialize striking for MMA. So that's something that I was putting the work before the fight. But once the fight got scheduled, all my concentration is there. So I think it's a perfect timing. 13 December, my lucky number as well all my life. Get this W and then do some good stuff from the beginning of January.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. So officially 2026, what's the name of the gym, the dojo, the facility?
I'm going to give you a couple of tries. What do you think? Yes, sir. It's a Giga Kick. So it's been I feel like it's been a very signature move in my career. I've been using it in karate, in kickboxing, in MMA, and it was very successful. And I don't think there are a lot of fighters that they have a signature moves that they call it in a PlayStation game and the ESPN media and all around the world. So definitely that is something that some skills that I have it and I worked on. And that's a gym name as well. So make sure you guys check it out once it's opening. All the media, you guys are all welcome anytime. Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Looking forward to that Giga Kick, and good luck on Saturday, sir.
Thank you very much.
And Giga Kick will be a full MMA gym, right? It's not just a kickboxing gym?
It's actually, for the kids, will be more, so I'm doing something unique, I'm opening the very traditional karate dojo that will be mixed with Dutch style kickboxing, but all that will be transitioned for the MMA striking as well. Because what I see today is in MMA, obviously there are very good fighters and strikers, but I feel there is a lack of kicking. And I definitely want to upgrade that for MMA. For kids, I feel like the karate is very good traditional martial arts, and last more than 20 years, karate had a bad reputation around the U.S., especially where I see it. And where I grew up and where I mastered pieced karate back since I was 4 or 5 years old was very different teaching of karate. So I'm bringing that type of real full contact karate from Okinawa and Goju-ryu. And then we're gonna be concentrating later for more adults as well, Dutch style kickboxing. And when you do that both together, the MMA striking, it's gonna be like for them like bread and butter. So, yeah.
No, that's great to hear, because I think when we saw MMA start to make its way here, the people that were just strictly kickboxers or taekwondo fighters had a hard time transitioning into MMA. But now you have experience with MMA, so now you want to take that and be able to incorporate that with high-level kickboxing training for these kids at a young level.
Exactly. It took me along, It took me, because when I was karate kid and moving in Holland, for the beginning, I was not successful. You know, it took me a while to figure out my style, how to transition. And then after I became, you guys know, the couple of times world champion there. So then moving from there to coming here and doing MMA, it also took me a while, and I lost a couple of fights in the beginning of my career till I get to UFC, right? So that also took me a lot of transitioning, a lot of changes of style, you know, because there are many things that you cannot bring that vibe in a MMA, because once you exchange a couple of good shots, the guy might shoot and that's why the striking like K1 fights was really exciting, right? Because two guys would just stand and bang for 3 minutes. But MMA is more like, I would call it more politician game, you know, which I love and I enjoy a lot.
Well, going back to your point on this one, Kevin Vallejos even said about earlier, he's like, he acknowledged your striking, but made it sound easy, that it was just a matter of closing the distance, and then that takes the striking kind of out of it. It's easy to say that, but it's tough to do that, correct? Like, I mean, if somebody thinks that they're just going to bypass your distance and your length, they'd be making a mistake to think that that's an easy thing to do, huh?
I love the confidence, you know, I like that. That's why I gave him a chance to see what he's doing, what he can do it. But that's for me, I don't want to be a disrespectful one. That's for me like really good medium rare steak. You know? So I love steaks.
Something that we're seeing for the first time in your career with the UFC, coming in on 2 losses. Is there extra pressure, or are you the kind that you take what you need from those fights and then they're done, and then you go into this fight and there is no extra pressure? Do you feel any extra pressure coming into this fight, not coming in on like a win streak or anything?
No, man, I enjoyed it. You know, you guys, if you guys were around that COVID time, I was fighting in 2020 like 4 times a year. Next year, they're always busy. And this is what I love doing it. You know, I love to be in a camp preparing for the fight. Unfortunately, at some point, like a couple of years, I had a lot of injuries, a lot of surgeries. So that's why you guys didn't see me a lot. But now I'm back, I'm excited. You know, today we have a lot of health hacks, right? Like so all that superhuman protocols and stuff. So I'm 37, but I feel like 27, maybe even younger. So I can't wait. You know, I'm sharp, I'm faster. I make weight easier this time. I don't know what to say. My reactions are great. So all these camps been really good.
Well, that's good, and I'm glad you acknowledged. You talk about the weight. The weight was your first time you missed last event, but coming in this fight week, everything feels good with the weight. No issues this week.
I don't want to blame anybody, but you know, on my scale, I'm at the weight. Yep. So I go there, another scale, and yep. In the end, when the guy was on a weight check, when he checked my weight, while the arrow was going, you know, in the old school, he didn't even look at this. He had the nose that it was Giga was that weight. So I don't know. It is what it is. That was my first time in my life. It was 0.3 or 4, something like that. It's like literally like my credit card, like probably like this is heavier than what I'd missed the weight, right? So all good. The guy got extra 20%. It didn't feel good to me, but that's why I'm much lower this time.
Do you wish the UFC would go to digital scales as opposed to the old school methods?
I don't know. It's their way to do it. You know, probably it would be better, but I don't know. You know, it's really hard because you have a scale in your room. Then you go to the training room. Maybe it's a little different. Yep. And sometimes it's the same. Sometimes it's different. It works every day. You need to recalculate, I guess, and reset it. So no big deal. You know,
yep.
It's all right.
And then on Saturday, what are your keys to the victory? What needs to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised in victory?
I just have to be the Giga. You know, I just have to be my 100%. I have to feel my best, and that is the miracle I'm gonna tell you, because you guys know my skills already. You know, I can deal with anybody, I just have to be healthy, and I feel healthy. So I just have from Wednesday, from Wednesday to Saturday, I have to make sure I don't get injured and everything goes smooth. That's all.
And then if you finish with the Giga kick, you got to let out like a Giga kick so you could use it for your
Every
gym
kick
advertising.
is a Giga kick from me. Every kick is a Giga kick, whatever I throw. So I definitely have a one way shown, but I have a multiple other ways. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun one.
Last one I was going to ask you is about the naming on your Instagram. Your account name is Knockout Cancer. At first, I thought there was maybe a relationship with cancer, or is it just you knock people out and you're like a cancer? What's the story behind the name there?
I have my mom passed away from cancer, and after that I founded a charity fund called Knockout Cancer. That's pretty much, we try to help others, and we reached over 300 people so far. So that's something that I don't talk much about that, and because this is deep in my heart, something that I will be doing all my life, you know. And no one is making money from this. It's just whatever I make money from the fighting, there is always the percent and always the portion goes there. And besides that, whoever supports, straight goes to the patients who supports us, who wants to help somebody. You know? Yeah, that's all.
That's incredible. Is there a website, or how would you direct somebody that wants to learn more about the Knockout Cancer?
There should be the website, and whoever usually contacts me, I put them in my sister's. My sister runs it, so me and my family, we run it. So nobody's involved. Somebody hired, something like that, and then we take a look how real it is, because a lot of time been scammed. We got scammed a few times.
Yeah.
So we make sure that that's the right thing, and it's always a small portion, you know. It's not like the huge, but whatever we can, we're happy to be a small part in that, you know.
That's incredible. I thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. I think that's wonderful to hear. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All good, team? Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Classic Doug right there.
Little. My translator here. She's gonna help you if you don't understand. Okay. If you speak slow, I can understand. Huh?
Look like Fabian is coming.
Okay. One moment.
No problem. O Nicolas saindo?
Nossa, pode ser. No, for Johnny, aqui, Johnny.
Fabiano tá vindo.
Okay, okay. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Giga said his mother died.
You're good.
Giga said his mother died of cancer.
It's cold here.
I do have.
It's cold.
You got this. All good.
Eu tenho que falar? Olha o Fabiano aí. Baby's coming. Yeah. Yes, bro. Yeah, Fabiano.
We're here. Cesar?
Hey, brother.
Welcome back. How are you feeling?
Bro, amazing. I am so happy. I'm feeling so good for this fight.
How disappointing was it that you kick off the first fight of the first fight card of the year, you get one of the best knockouts of the year, then you get injured and you have to wait the entire year, and you're finally fighting on the last card of the year. Like, was it frustrating or kind of disappointing?
Yes.
Como é que foi? Você começa o ano no primeiro card do ano, nos melhores knockouts do ano. Aí você tem a lesão, você fica o tempo todo. E aí você está voltando depois de tanto tempo. Decepciona um pouco? É frustrante isso para você? Agora você poder esperar tanto tempo para voltar a lutar?
No, I think it's no, because this is happen sometimes in sports. The fighters, injuries is normal. No, my first time the really bad injury, but I'm happy. I think this is the plan, I don't understand it, but sometimes I don't understand some things that happen in our life. But I think this is very good for me, because I can stay more time with my family. My mental is better now. My experience is better now. Everything is better. I look all the times for the positive things in the life, And the 7 months I stay in a house is good for me, for my family, and I use this for growing up other things in my life. And I don't feel strange, but I like this, and good, we're happy, fast, and I came back in this year yet, and it's so good. The first show and now the last show. Some things is happening. You need to just understand, look for the positive side, and get up and still come up. Let's go.
How tough was the recovery process?
E a recuperação foi dura? Como é que foi o teu processo de recuperação?
Really hard. The first 2 months is difficult, because all time you think, bro, I can back. I don't know. But after this is better, and the camp is the first month. The camp is hard, but in the final, everything is good. Everything is making you all right, and now I can back really 100% in the fight.
Were you surprised about the matchup? Like I said, you're coming off one of the best knockouts of the year over a UFC veteran, and now you're fighting somebody who's making their UFC debut.
Surpreso com o casamento de luta, de repente você tem uma luta contra um cara experiente, você tem um grande nocaute, agora você pega um cara que tá basicamente em ascensão no UFC chegando.
No, I'm not surprised, because the guy have a good record. Yeah, he's debuting in UFC, but have a great car in the background, in your background. Good matchup, two guys strike. Yes, I think it's good matchup for me and for him. It's good.
On paper, it's a very fun matchup, two strikers. Do you feel like he's going to start wrestling after the first round?
No papel, uma luta entre dois caras que gostam de trocação. Você acha que depois do primeiro round ele vai começar a cair no wrestling?
Maybe, yeah, because I learned too much in my fight against Kopilov. Yeah, one the better strikes in the UFC, and he take me down and control the fight in the mats. I am ready for everything. Or maybe I can try take him down. This is MMA, bro, because this sport is the better in the world and the more hard sports in the world. I'm ready for everything. I train everything, ever wrestling, MMA. I'm ready. Maybe the guy can try or stay striking. I'm ready for everything.
How do you get your hand raised on Saturday?
E como é que esse braço sai levantado no sábado? Como é que vai ser?
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't like to make previsions, yeah. But I put in my mind my army get up and win one more fight in UFC and make it 3 following victories. This is my plan. I don't know how you feel, how the final, but I feel winner this fight. I don't know one, but winner.
And what are your goals for next year? How many fights do you feel like you're going to hit the top 15? What's kind of like your thought process there?
Objetivos para 2026. Quantas lutas? Você acha que o negócio agora é top 15? Como é que você vê 2026?
Before this stop, I make 4 fights in 10 months, and I know I wanted good more times. And my plan is 3 fights next year, and maybe win this fight, next fight for top 15. This is my goal. I believe in myself and my potential. I know I can fight between the 15 top 15. This is my plan, win at this time and back for the next year for 3 fights in the year and go to the top 15. This is my plan, my first plan here.
Good luck on Saturday and great English.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
I'm useless.
Very, very good. Both you and your opponent, Cezary, went through the Contender Series. You've had fights with the UFC afterward. What sort of emotions and things do you think that he might be feeling on his very first UFC fight after that you dealt with, and how can that maybe be used for your advantage?
Os dois passaram pelo Contender, você e ele, mas você já teve a experiência do UFC. Que emoções você acha que ele vai passar? Depende, porque você tem a experiência, ele ainda está passando por isso pela primeira vez.
I think it's the same. I'm here for my five fight in the UFC, and I feel a lot of emotions. Yeah, it's the number one in the sport, UFC. So everything is wait for this. Yeah, for emotions. All the emotions come up in this time in the fight. I think it's normal. Yeah, and about the Contender, I think is the plan UFC for all the guys come for Contender, yeah. Little peoples go straight for the UFC now. I see more fighters and come in the Contender. I think doesn't matter this, you know what I mean. Every fighters feel a lot of emotions. If you know 20 fights or 10 fights, the same, you know what I mean. All the emotions coming together in a fight week.
You mentioned the Contender Series, and it does seem like a lot of the fighters come through the Contender Series. So do you still follow the series? Do you watch the series, watch the fighters coming up? And what do you think of the level of fighters that the UFC keeps bringing through the Contender Series?
Você falou que cada vez menos tem lutadores chegando direto para o UFC, todo mundo está passando pelo Contender, você veio pelo Contender, você é um cara que assiste o Contender, você ainda é fã do Contender, você tem assistido as temporadas depois da tua, e o que você acha do nível de lutadores que o Contender está trazendo agora?
Yes, of course, sir. The better fights wait for Contender. I have a lot of examples. The guys go inside in the Contender, go to the title, and be champion one day. You know what I mean? Tough. I watching every Contenders, every sessions, and when I am here in Vegas, I come for watching live. It's important. Yeah, you need keep a student, yeah.
And one of the things I made a note when Cezary was up there, he says you don't like to go into the second or third rounds. Do you think he's questioning your cardio when he says something about that?
Ele, quando estava aqui, ele anotou ali que ele falou que não gosta, que você não gosta de ir para o segundo, para o terceiro round. Significa, você acha que ele está questionando o teu cardio?
He can answer what you think, yeah. But for me, it's matter what I do about me, you know what I mean? Bro, I have more than 100 fights in kickboxing. Every fight's 3 rounds. A lot of fights for 3 rounds, 5 rounds for titles. I fight here in Contender 3 rounds, couple of 3 rounds, Hijo Porcheria 3 rounds. I think he's no student about me, you know.
And then going off that, you know, on this particular fight, there's not a lot of footage of him. This is his debut. But when you go into a fight, say like this, are you just worried about making sure that you fight your fight and doesn't really matter what your opponent does? You just need to show up and do what you need to do?
E não tem muito filme nas lutas dele. Obviamente o cara está começando, você não consegue achar muito informações sobre a luta dele. Num caso como esse, você está preocupado com a tua luta, você está preocupado com o que você vai fazer, fala assim, não, cara, o meu estilo é esse, eu estou planejado, não importa o que eu vi, no pouco que eu consegui ver do cara.
Yes, me and my team make scouts about my opponent, you know what I mean? Everything is about him. I know what the plan for this fight. But every fight, for me, doesn't matter how I train, how I feel, you know what I mean? My goal is my better position and my better personal every fight against fight, you know what I mean? Step by step, and that's it. My focus in me, you know, and my opponent, you know what I mean?
And I saw you did a lot of work at the PI. Where else did you train for this fight camp?
Eu vi que você trabalhou muito no PI, fez muita recuperação no PI, sempre teve aqui. Onde mais que você treina?
This time in the camp, just to train with my team, my coach, Matheus Nakashi, Johnny, Urso, and your big team we have here in PI now. We decided, me and team decided this time train just a small group and I trained just in the PI this time for this fight, and I feel so good, the better camp, I'm ready.
I feel like a lot of fighters don't use the PI to its fullest, but we've heard people coming in earlier today saying all the resources that are there, let alone the physical side, the nutritional side, as well as the mental aspect of the people that I have over there. Do you think more UFC fighters should be using the resources that are available to you guys?
Vejo que alguns lutadores não usam o PI na capacidade que ele pode. Tem outros que vêm mais cedo para cá, ficam mais tempo e fazem, pô, tem tanto recurso lá, você tem recurso físico, recurso de nutrição, você tem recurso de treinamento, tem muito mais, é bem abrangente. Você acha que mais lutadores deveriam de utilizar os recursos que o UFC dá?
I think it's no, because I need to use it more. I don't know. Some people don't like training in PI. I don't know why, but for me, it's so important because I have every stuff here: physical train, PT, recover, and I use everything. The nutrition team. I'm so happy this, and I don't know why the guys don't use. But I like use. I like UFC PI. Thank you guys for all support.
One more. What are your thoughts on Rico Verhoeven leaving kickboxing, transition to MMA, and maybe coming to the UFC?
E uma pergunta ali do Alex. Rico Verhoeven saindo do kickboxing, vindo para cá. O que você acha dessa notícia aí recente?
1 week, this news, yeah? Bro, this guy's fucked tough, man. I think he's have a lot of problems for this division heavyweight because Rico come. Bro, this guy, I fight 2 times. I fight in same card with Rico. This guy is big, bro, and he movement like a Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? It's big, but the movement. The guy is surprised that the Cyril gonna move. When the Rico come, you see the really kickboxing, yeah. Brother, I think this is a problem for heavyweight division.
Do you think if he works on his grappling, he can become a UFC champion?
Você acha que se ele trabalhar no grappling dele, ele consegue ser um campeão no UFC?
I think he's need to work your kickboxing, yeah, because he's feeling the time, feeling the distance. The guy can take him down. He's big, baby. He's big, bro.
Obrigado.
All right, thank you.
Work, bud.
Making me useless.
Thank you, Fabian.